Hey everyone, in this tutorial we are going to talk about the states and events parameter. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I will link the playlist in the description and also on the card shown at the top right corner of the video. So let's get started. So I will be using this default rectangle for this example. So as you can see, if I select the rectangle, we get the state and event sections here. This parameter helps you give the animation or simple motion to the object. So using this, I will be creating some examples to show what this can be used for. So first of all, we have states. Using states, we can give an object two different values. So I have this rectangle which is basically a square, and if I give a state to this by clicking the plus icon, you can see that we have a base state and a state 1. Currently both of the states are same, so we will be changing some dimensions of the square in the state 1. So by selecting the state 1, we are going to change some parameters here. So I will be just changing the length and the breadth here. So you can see that if I click the base state, we get this square, and if I select the state 1, we get this thing. And again we can click the plus icon to give other state, such as if I increase this height here, you can see that state 1 is a long rectangle, base is a square, and state 2 is a big square. And to switch between these states, we can use the events parameter. So if I click the plus icon on the event, we get this type of window. So here it has a trigger value, what type of trigger can be applied to the object. And then we have a panel here which specifies the object and the state to switch to. And we have some different parameters, so you can play around to give some motion and a good animation. So the object here is rectangle, and the state I am going to switch to can be state 1. So it will switch from base state to state 1. So now we have a cycle option, which is nothing but whether the animation to occur in a reverse format, that is from base state to state 1 and then state 1 to base state. And then we have a repeat option which can be used to repeat the event or else just end the event in a single time. And then we have a type of transition to occur, so we have some different transitions here. And then we have a duration, which is nothing but the time taken to switch between the base state and the state 1 or whatever states you have. And then there is a delay option which can be used to apply the delay time at the beginning and the end of the event. And we have a option to add a new object to the event. So using this object only, we can add another object. For suppose I have created a circle here, and then if I select this object which has a event already and select an ellipse from here, so you can see that the ellipse is this object. And then we can add some different states here. So the base state is a bigger circle and state 1 is a smaller circle. So I can use the square object to activate the states or event on the circle. So if I give this state 1, we can see that the type I have selected is mouse down. So whenever I click the mouse button, the activation should occur. So to see this event actually happen, we have to click this presentation icon. So if I click this, you can see that we are in a presentation mode now. So now as I have selected the mouse down trigger, you can see that if I click the mouse button, the two states are happening. I have a cycle option, so if I click yes here, whenever I go in a presentation mode and hit the mouse button, the event occurs in a format of base state to state 1 and then returning to base state. So if I select a repeat, you can see that whenever I go in a presentation mode and I select this, it is repeating the event. To explain about these types, you can see that the mouse down trigger will activate the event when the mouse is clicked, and the mouse up trigger activates the event when the mouse button is up. And then we have a mouse hover which activates the event whenever the cursor is on the object. So you can see that when I take the cursor on the object, it activates, and if I go out, it deactivates and goes to the base state. And then we have a key down. So using the key down, we can select a key which will be used to trigger the event. So if I select a B key and play, you can see that when I hit the B key, the event is activating. The key up triggers the event when the key is not pressed. Currently I am holding the B key, and whenever I lift the finger, you can see the event is occurring. So the key up triggers the event when the key is not pressed. And then we have a start type which triggers the event on the start. So whenever I go in a presentation mode, the activation of event is happening. And then we have a look at. So the look at doesn't change states, instead it just looks at the cursor wherever our cursor is going. So we have some distance value here. So if I go into the presentation mode, you can see that the object is looking at my cursor. So if I go here, it is changing its look. So it's rotating and facing wherever my cursor is. And then we have a follow. This is also not changing any states, it just follows our cursor. So if I go into the presentation mode, you can see that wherever I go with my cursor, the object is following the cursor. If I add a URL here, if I add a URL and go into the presentation mode, and if I click the object, you can see that it is leading me to the URL, which is my Contra profile. If you want to check it out, you can check that out in the description. So using this, we can pretty much create any animation of our like. There are some constraints for now because it's just a event which can be switched between two states only. My base state is here, and if I position my state 1 to be here and switch using the start with no cycle and no repeat, the duration of 3 seconds and no delay. If I select the presentation mode, you can see that the position is changing. I can duplicate this and keep it here. If I select this, you can see that whenever I am duplicating the object, the states are also duplicating itself. So if I change the base state, the state 1 remains the same. So you have to change that value also. So if I duplicate it again and just keep the square here and keep here, you can see that all they are converging at the state 1. So this is basically how the states and events work. Hope you have enjoyed and understood the tutorial. Do like, share and subscribe to the video and channel. Also comment down below if you have any queries, doubts and requests. I'll be glad to help you out. Hit the bell icon to get notifications and also join the Spline Discord for updates and a fun community to have a gossip with. See you next time. Bye.